culture too.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's
He
true.
wants you to have a good time. And like he did. But like the point of even all of that was he was like, you must like Nigerian food because you have no choice. And that's kind of true.
Nigga, what?
Now I'm mad.
Nigga, what?
I'm making it racist.
I'm mad now.
No, because
let's just talk about something more pleasant because I'm about to be let's have this white man on the show. I have a couple choices.
He's like my nicest white guy friend, and I feel like
no, he's not.
We talked about
see, they always set you up for failure. That's what I've been trying to stress since the beginning of this show.
So wait.
White men are the devil.
So
oh my God, now I'm mad. I'm so mad.
He said, let me get this right, Moji. He said you must like Nigerian food because you have no choice.
And no, not like this.
I need
like
this
the
white man's
spiciness, right? Like your parents just cook you the shit they cook.
Text me his number, Moji, please.
No, but like no, maybe I'd
like to speak to him.
Maybe
Moji sound like me defending white women. Just get
hot sauce.
No, you're still 10 times worse.
I'm so
am I?
Hot sauce.
No white woman has ever told my people what they can and cannot do in the kitchen. Because that bitch would be dead.
That's Devin's line. That's Devin's line.
For sure.
Like, listen, you can call me the N-word in the bedroom, but you better not ask please.
One, like, it's
you
like,
better.
I never thought about it like that. I just thought about it like, okay, he can't eat spicy food. Please make my friend spicy, non-spicy
Is he allergic?
Spicy food.
Not. He's just white. He's allergic to spice.
Let's move on because I'm about to get mad.
I don't understand how you're not mad already.
No, we are mad. That's why we feel to move the fuck on because
is better than all. Like,
what's his name? I'm about to cuss him out right here on the show.
It's fine. It's fine.
Moji, stop defending this guy.
Chad.
Right.
Chad. I need you to holler at me, Chad.
Right.
You and I have some words, okay?
I bet he wants to say the N-word in the bedroom.
Jawan, host, go.
Okay. So Darius tells
5 hours long. Oh my God.
So I knew this was gonna be a long episode. So Darius tells Sharon that there is an amazing restaurant that does serve the Jollof Rice, but it's all across the other side of town. But she assures him like, hey, we will take you wherever you want. We'll take you to the other side of town to get the rice. I was want because that is literally her job. And so she just agrees. So she agrees to take him to the restaurant. And so we move on to a press event where Paperboy is announced to be a part of this committee.
That suit was nice. He had on a nice suit. Keep going.
Yes, he had on a very, very nice brown suit. And he's walking around because we do see him with the tailor later. So he's walking around, seeing the digs. He meets a guy named Khalil, who is kind of like walking around, introducing him to folks. And Khalil walks past this guy. I didn't get his name. I don't know if Jamel got his name, but he walks past this light-skinned, quote, black.
It began with a D. Oh gosh.
You mean the Hispanic gentleman?
That's funny that you said that, Devin, but keep going.
I didn't get his name, but we will call
I'm
him.
gonna look it up. Keep going.
But yeah, he walks past and just basically so he walks past this guy and it was like basically greets him by his name. And they walk up into the event and they see like a woman, I forget her name as well, but she's singing. And she's singing like an old Negro spiritual. And Khalil basically introduces himself to Darius. They're like, hey, I'm a blogger, I'm a foodie, I'm a writer. And Alfred is kind of uncomfortable.
I was on the first season of Bel-Air.
Yeah. And Khalil asked Alfred if he's uncomfortable or if it's his first time apologizing for white people. And Alfred is like, man, I'm just here so I won't be fined.
I haven't paid for a meal in 73 police shootings.
That's
a dollar humor.
Is it sad that I'm not that mad?
Look, this episode was a perfect tie into the I think it was episode 5 when like Ern and that like black kid was scamming that British white dude. Because it was like, on the one hand, I want to be like, don't scam people, that's bad. But I couldn't find the fault to his argument as to why they should scam this white
DeMarco.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I was like, in my
Gonzalez,
heart,
DeMarco Gonzalez.
Don't scam him, but like, scam him.
Okay. So, well, for the purposes episode, well, his name is DeMarco. I was going to say for the purposes of this episode, I was going to call him Zahn. Khalil is going into the event and he greets a couple of white people, says, "I forgive you." So, and during the press event, Alfred is questioned. He takes the first question and he's asked if racism is over.
Paperboy, after this, is racism over?
Fuck no. Obviously. I mean, look at the porn industry, right? So
I think what he means is that with our new initiative, we believe racism will be done by 2024.
And Alfred is like, fuck no. And he starts to try to give a speech, but Khalil steps in, basically saying like, hey, what Alfred really means is that with this initiative that we're starting, racism will be done by 2024, which earns a standing ovation applause.
Listen, so, that's how easy it is.
Listen,
y'all.
I'm setting my alarm. 2024. Listen, we gonna make it, y'all. Let's just hold on.
I was like, not even 2030. He didn't even round that out. He was like,
we got 2 more years, y'all.
So here's the thing, though. White people, this is again, I think what they're doing in this particular show is trying to point out the liberal white racism where white people, they don't have to explicitly say nigger to your face or oppress you, but white people or liberal white people want nothing more to be absolved of racism, absolved of responsibility,
without actually doing the work to be absolved of racism.
Right. And I don't want to say liberal as in like, white people who are actually good people that just mind their business and they greet you and they are nice, they're nice and they're genuinely nice. But there's a certain segment of white people who are they don't want to deal with racism. This is where we get math books being banned in Florida because they don't like a problem that features
and the
black
ones who don't take a side, honestly, annoy the fuck out of me more than the ones who do. Because at least I know where they stand. You kind of, or these type of people sort of trying to play the middle ground, like racism does not exist, did not exist, and will not continue to exist. I want to punch them in the fucking face, to be honest.
Right. So they basically want to be absolved of racism, absolved of their history. And so when Paperboy says "fuck no, racism is not over," and the crowd gasps because they're there to be forgiven of any transgression, and when Khalil says that racism is going to be over by 2024, they're just like, yes, we're free. We don't have to answer for this anymore because it's over.
I'm marking my calendar, y'all.
And it's like,
go ahead.
And honestly, it could be over, right? If people were willing to take responsibility. And that's what I liked, even though it wasn't my favorite, that's what I liked about the big payback episode, where it was just like, okay, what if white people were held accountable for like slavery and had to repay that via their descendants? Okay, then motherfucker, you get an extra job. Like, that's, I like they took out the emotion from it.
It's not the fact that they don't want to take responsibility for it. It's just that they want to ignore it or just forget it ever happens. Because like I said, where you have this whole argument today about critical race theory, and critical race theory, which is a concept of understanding the legacy and the history of racism, but it's been hijacked to where critical race theory could be where you have a book about a black person. You can have a children's book that features a little black boy or a little black girl or a little black child. And they say, well, it's critical race theory because the person is in this book is black, and you're focusing on that person. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about
no, but I'm saying they would consider Uncle Tom's Cabin, which makes white people feel guilt over the system of racism and segregation. They would feel like ban that because I don't want to deal with that emotion.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, like, for example, that's true, Moji. But what I'm saying is, the book that was made into a short film that won an Academy Award about what was it, Jamel? The hair story, Green. The one where not the Green Book, the one where it was like a little girl and about her hair journey, and it was like a black. I cannot remember what it's called.
Good. It wasn't Good Hair.
Good Hair or something.
With the Chris Rock one?
No, not that one.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was a short film.
Keep going.
Yeah, but basically, if there is a book or any form of media that is focusing that the focus of that book. Hair Love. The focus of that story is about black people. It is considered critical race theory because the focus of it is about black people. And they will try to ban that because it's not just about calling out racism. It's just that this segment of whiteness does not want to focus on any stories that talk about blackness. They do not want to focus on it at all. Yeah. They don't want black people to have any type of pride in themselves. You know, it's basically going backwards.
These are the people who would have voted against like the Segregation Act, like Black History Month is a federal holiday. It's terrible.
Equality for them means that black means assimilation. And black people just consider them just assimilate into white society.
Yeah, you know, give us enough, and then
like when White Earn in the season opener said, you have enough money to be white, and I'm here to tell you, in the part that you didn't hear, listeners, no amount of money will buy yourself into being white. No amount of property that you own, no amount of wealth that you have will buy yourself into being white.
Whenever someone brings up a conversation like that, I just always think back to that Jay-Z song where he's like,
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Like that's not how any of that goes.
So I just wanted to get that off right there because like it just kind of struck a nerve with me where they had that thunderous applause that racism was going to be over by 2024, which was going to exalt.
If that is the truth, listen, I can't wait. Okay.
Racism along with classism, y'all. We're going to be done soon. And we're going to start solving climate change while we're at
it. Good luck on that. So that rant being over, our next scene is Darius and Sharon are at the restaurant called Echo Chops, which specializes in traditional Nigerian food. Sharon is very fascinated by the restaurant and fascinated by the meal, but she is frustrated that they don't take white people in that service.
This is why I don't take a lot of my Nigerian. This is why I don't take a lot of my non-black friends to Nigerian restaurants, while also wishing Nigerian restaurants were more of a thing, like Korean barbecues or like hot pots in Chinatown. Like I like Peruvian food. I wish, but literally this episode pissed me off so much because this is literally what happens. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So I was really kind of this particular segment of the episode really frustrated me a whole lot because
I knew what was happening as soon as she sat down. I was like, oh no, you shouldn't have taken her here. Oh no.
Because first of all, they're watching the movie, the actual Naija movie, Sharon Stone, in the episode, and which is a really funny Naija movie, but she's basically just kind of like looking all around this place like it's a fucking zoo.
Oh,
I meant to ask you earlier. What does Naija mean?
Naija means Nigerian. Yeah, this is a Nigerian restaurant, Nigerian food.